Leader McCarthy, you said a short time ago that the chants of "send her back" have no place in this country. So why is it a problem when people chant it, but not when the president tweets it?
The president clarified very clearly that he did not tell somebody. He talked about the love of this country.
No, he said they should go back to where they came from.
He clarified inside his tweet, if you want to read the clarification of his tweet, he talked about the love of this country and said if you don't love this country, you can leave. That's a fundamental difference. And that's what the president is talking about. This is an issue about ideology. This is an issue that when you talk about one of these individuals who introduced a bill in support of boycott, divestiture, and sanctions against Israel. In this bill that she introduced, it even talks about the boycott when it came to Nazis in Germany. This is the differences that we have. This is what this debate and fight is about.
You really think these lawmakers don't love their country?
I didn't say they didn't love their country. They
but
have
the
all
president
the rights of
did.
the country at the same point. The president did not name the individual. He said, if you do not like this country, you can leave. But the president talked about building on this economy, making it stronger. There's a clear difference in this. And you watched, I didn't get to see the rally, but I saw a clip. The president didn't join in any chant like that. And if you're going to claim the president having a battle over a socialist issue and the socialist Democrats, that's one that he has taken up even in the State of the Union. He promised that this country will never have socialism here, and that's why he's fighting so hard. And I think it's really wrong that you would even challenge this president when you look at the First Lady is foreign-born as well. So I think the question is out of base. Yes.
Leader McCarthy, last night as we were hearing these chants, the president just stood there. He didn't intervene.
The president moved on with his speech.
But if there is no place for these chants, as you said, does the president have a responsibility to cut this out?
For those who were at the event, and I was not, I didn't see it, but I did talk to somebody there, he said it was a small group off to the side. What the president did, the president did not join in, the president moved on. He moved on about a speech about a country and the things that are building and right. That's what the president did. Has it become so far that you want to dislike the president so much you're going to accuse him of trying to do something he did not do? From the places that he moved on in the speech, he never joined in it, and you want to try to hold him accountable for what something in a big audience? Are you going to hold him accountable too for whatever any protesters or something else does it? I think that's an unfair position.
So he has no responsibility to turn to his supporters and say, that's not fair.
What he did in his responsibility was right. He moved on to make them stop in the process. That's exactly what the president did, and the president talked about the greatness of this country.